Hi, my name is Daniel Zona. I am an associate here at Collier Bristow in the employment team. Furlough is coming to an end soon on the 30th of September, and a lot of businesses are asking what next. The government will formally end the coronavirus job retention scheme on the 30th of September after around 18 months of operations, and the final claims from businesses will come in or around mid-October. In recent months, many employers have returned a lot of their staff from furlough leave, either back to full or their normal regular hours, or making use of the flexible furlough option. However, as of the 31st of July, nearly 1.5 million people were still furloughed, with over 50% of that still on full furlough. So is it going to be business as usual? If they haven't already, many employers will soon have to deal with the reality of how to manage without government support for wages and also the other support the government's been providing to businesses. And the economy is yet to return to its pre-pandemic levels. There is a hope that the traditionally very busy Christmas period will assist with the recovery of many businesses. And there is some hope that the first half of 2022 will see the economy return to pre-pandemic levels. So, given the potential for a strong economic recovery, many employers are looking to avoid redundancies in the short term. Or equally, some employers have already gone through that process with their employees and workers, and further redundancy procedures are just not an option when they're already operating with a skeleton workforce. So, what can they do? Obviously, redundancy remains an option for those employers who, for example, experience a reduced need for a particular kind of work. It could make use of a voluntary redundancy procedure and invite applications for voluntary redundancy to hopefully avoid a formal procedure, which itself brings difficulties and costs and challenges. There are some alternatives to redundancies that an employer can think about and adopt as a means to retain headcount but reduce costs. So, for example, employers could reorganize their workforce. A lot of the business being done now is different to the business being done 18 months ago, and the needs of employers will have changed, and a restructure of the business might assist in streamlining efficiencies. This could include releasing consultants and agency staff, as well as moving permanent staff around. There can be other creative things that employers can do, for example, utilizing existing policies to help manage and reduce overhead. So stopping overtime, stopping or delaying pay rises, stopping bonuses, requiring staff to take annual leave, or utilizing any layoff or short working policies they might have, granting unpaid leave, granting career breaks. Obviously, employers will need to have an eye to any contractual issues that might arise from this, and obviously they don't want to cause themselves further liability. But these are possibilities that employers can look at when considering the question of reducing costs. One thing that is on everybody's mind at the moment is flexible working. Of course, this is not applicable to everybody, but during the pandemic, many people experienced a real benefit from flexible working and home working, particularly in terms of their general well-being and mental health. Public expectations around flexible working are increasing, and there was a statistic recently that 3 years ago, something like 9% of businesses allowed staff to work from home, and now that's over 50%. So expectations about and around flexible working are increasing and changing, and employers might be able to harness this trend to their advantage if they can use flexible working to reduce wage bills, for example, by allowing people to reduce hours with an equal reduction in pay, or allowing staff to work from home, meaning you might require smaller offices or no office at all. Flexible working has its advantages, and there are opportunities there for both employees and employers. I think if we've learned anything in the last 18 months, is that the future can be uncertain, and employers have been brilliant in being creative and finding solutions to the problems that are unprecedented. And they've taken steps to rebuild and fortify themselves. There's nothing to suggest that employers can't weather the storm going forward, and that they won't come out of this stronger, more resilient, and more efficient.